All right, welcome everybody. Today is Monday, January 3rd, 2022. Well, I ran again this morning. I improved my time again. If you want to join me on Fitbit, I think it's Jonathan Lippy. Go ahead and add me, because that way I can keep you accountable, you keep me accountable, just by us seeing each other on the community tab of friends. I know some of my friends, when they're feeling like not doing it, they'll look and they'll say, Lippy's got however many steps, I got to beat him. And then it motivates them to get up, get out, and start working. If you haven't seen the Joe Rogan, Dr. Jerome Malone interview, check it out. Many people on my timeline were talking about it. I'd put a soundbite, but the whole thing is good. So one of the things he talked about was the Trusted News Initiative. And what I realized is that trusted means you can't trust anything. It's like 1984 terminology. And I made a post about Trusted News Initiative on Facebook, and I got the warning slapped on it. All right, here's something I noticed. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe you could correct me, but I can't recall a single science fiction film that the word or the term free energy was used. It seems to be always referred to in a different way. For instance, Black Panther, it was called vibranium. Avatar, it was called unobtainium. In the movie Bliss, it was called asteroid mining. And in Star Trek calls it the replicator, but that's an actual device, kind of like a 3D printer. I don't think the flux capacitor counts from Back to the Future. But the concept is, can you recall a single movie of all the science fiction films or regular films? You would think with all the science fiction films and TV shows that exist, that the phrase free energy would have been said at least once. But it never is. Isn't that bizarre? I think nuclear fusion gets referred to, but I can't think off the top of my head, ever heard it even referenced. Isn't the whole point of science fiction films to cover theoretical subject matter? And yet I've never heard it. I've heard the phrase perpetual motion mentioned on The Simpsons by Lisa Simpson, and Homer quickly corrects her.
Lisa, get in here! In this house, we obey the laws of thermodynamics!
So if you can think of a movie, let me know. But if you can't, isn't that strange? And make sure you're getting 10,000 steps a day, spending about an hour each day outdoors. Here's a concept we need to adopt. Instead of waiting for stuff to happen, let's just make it happen, build it ourselves. I've been waiting for the technology that was promised to me as a kid to happen. I'm realizing now that it's all going to be black shelved and never released. So it's up to us now to create it, open source engineer everything, 3D print everything. Let's design an appster for everything. Because if we keep waiting, we're going to end up becoming senior citizens waiting and complaining. A lot of times when I complain about things like this, people say to me, well, hey, if you want it, no one else is going to make it, so you got to make it. So now I got to learn how to make a lot of the things that I want. Most of the stuff I wanted does exist. The internet's pretty amazing. The iPhone's phenomenal. But there's certain other things. So if we want time travel, if they discovered time travel, if it exists, they're never going to reveal it to us. So it's up to us to figure out how to time travel. On New Year's Eve, my wife and I saw Matrix Resurrections. The theater was pretty much empty. Here's some pictures of it. If you want to get my review of it, it's on my Red Pill Film Knowledge channel. It's about 11 minutes long, so check it out there. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. I don't know how to characterize 2021. It felt like a continuation of 2020, but the tide seems to have shifted, especially with like Let's Go Brandon. I think a lot of people now are realizing what's going on. So what you suspected in 2020 became real in 2021. A lot of resistance going on. I think you know what I mean. And it's a beautiful thing. Humanity's rising, the Great Awakening, all that good stuff. But whereas 2020 was characterized by, the campaign as well as the word we can't say, 2021 didn't really have a personality to it. I don't know if there was a single event that characterized 2021 other than Let's Go Brandon. I mean, that's really the way I characterize 2021. If 2020 was C19, then 2021 was FJB, LGB. But you know what? 2021 was the rise of the individual investor. I think the thing with GameStop and Dogecoin and Bitcoin rising and all the crypto, but the thing that Wall Street Bets pulled off at the beginning of the year with AMC, GameStop, that was kind of like a paradigm shifting moment where the people realized that the game actually is rigged for them and not us, and we proved it. So huge moment. I don't know if the whole world was behind that event, but I think that was a real eye-opening event that occurred that changed the landscape. It really empowered the people. So big moment. But was it 2021 defining? It's for everybody else to decide. So that's a question. How would you characterize and define 2021? Let me know, and I'll see you tomorrow.